Welcome to another stream of Hog Wild on Taheton County. So we are going to be planting spuds tonight. And I'm thinking we'll run some course play. Let me know if the music's too loud. I have it roughly set where we had it last week, but I feel like the decibels on it are a little bit higher. So, yeah, let's get into this. We got the 310 running, and I am going to bump that down a little bit. At least it's loud in my ear. Not sure what it is in everybody else's. So this should be an entire royalty-free playlist tonight. We'll see how that goes after last week's. Or was it the previous week? It was last week's, right? But we're not going to run course play. We're going to utilize GPS. So let's get that course play menu out of there. What we'll do is get this fired up on this foggy morning. We're in March, so a little backstory. We flew through the winter months, and let's just say we made some money and we spent some money. Leasing this Sputnik planter here. We bought a lot of seeds, which is where we lost money. Go figure. I think what I'm going to do is just run up and down here. I'm not sure if that's technically... Actually, let's work. Let's go to the other end of this field and let's work our way over. And I think we can just plant to cap the fields off in the end. We'll do those. It should be good. So I'm just going to turn that down a little bit, because maybe that's why to me it sounds louder and not on the decibels. But this is actually the first time I've used this planter. Trying to remember, I don't think it was from Droxy. I could be wrong. This could actually be from Droxy AG. Plays a lot with like Random Sparks and Trailer Park Farms and them. So, but let's get this down. And what heading do we want that to be? So probably 270. So let's go fire up the GPS. And, you know, obviously you got to get the width right? Let's get the lines already on. I love it. Let's go to heading. Let's get that 270. And again, doesn't need to be a little offset here. Got to figure out, why is that offset? That should not be offset. Auto width. Snap terrain. When I pull forward like that, that should be readjusting those lines. I don't know why those lines are offset. Offset reversal on. No, that's not what we wanted. Headland mode, no. Show lines, line offset. Maybe that's where we're wrong. Weird. So we don't have a 0. This is new to me. Maybe this mod has something off with it. And naturally, we still have not found a good playlist. Let's get this figured out here. What a way to start. It's always something we get into a live stream. Maybe I should have tested this planter out, because this is work with 29 meters? Yeah, no. That is definitely not the work width of this. Okay. So if I want to move that over, right? We want to go get that as low as we can to 0. That is weird. Not terrain angle. I'm gonna be honest, this is a first for me. Hey Waylon, what's going on? We're trying to work through why my GPS is so offset. So that's like on the money. Right there, right? So no offset there. Well, let's try something. Technically, if I get in here, right? Let's get in here. First off, probably lift this up so I don't ruin those. But we'll back it up here. Drop it again. We'll enable it. Turn the planner on. Now it should go in there. Interesting little textures we're getting here. Very interesting that that's the planting texture we're getting for Spuds. Like I said, I'm trying this. I think it's from Drosty. I could be wrong. So if this is not coming out right, I don't want him to be to blame for it. But I think he was the one that released the Spudnik pack that we have right here. Getting some flashing logos. So very interesting that that section down there had like that moss to it. So I wonder, I want to go into the map. Or down here, right? We know it's planting that. So it's definitely planting. We got Spuds in there. So I'm slightly curious to what we got going on here. I'm a little frustrated too that it's for some reason offsetting on that other row before, but we're not offset anymore, so we know that's fine. Just for some reason it wanted to start off the field. So we'll lift this up. We get turned around here. I'm gonna go one over each time. I think that's our best bet. We get that drop down, back on the course, and we'll run it. Well, is that music too loud for you? And hold on. I didn't realize when we lifted it, it automatically shuts off. So there we go. And we are back on the course and we're going. So very interesting at the end of that field. Turned into like a moss. I still don't fully understand. I mean, that's sandy loam. pH level's fine. The nitrogen level's not the greatest down there. Which is something, you know, we might have to go over this with a sprayer. I don't know if I want to drive the slurry truck over it or not. But just thought of that might be... No, that can't be why it's planning like that either. Interesting. Just like this weird royalty-free list. Try something a little different here. Thank you guys for the likes that are already coming in. Appreciate it. What's everybody else up to tonight? So there it is again. So maybe I think what we need to do is we got to get out and take a look. I'll raise that. I'm not going to shut that off. But I just want to kind of see. So that's Spuds. but it's almost like an accelerated growth stage. Now I plowed all this together to create one field, and it seems like the halfway point is where it turns off. So something about this soil compared to the other one is different. Well, let's get this swung around. So we gotta plant this, and then we gotta plant probably barley. Get that fired up and going. Like I said, then we'll just come around on the headland. Should be one, maybe two headlands to do it. But it'll just be on the ends, which would be nice. No, we really haven't. I don't think I've ever live streamed doing spuds, so there's the start of it, because this will be interesting. We have to harvest it without it. We've got some equipment to choose from that was in this Spudnik pack. And I'm wondering, we should, when we get halfway here again. I mean, yeah, I guess it is that halfway point of where those fields were. It switches over. So very interesting that that previous field causes it to have that weedy look. I guess leafy, because there's our little leaves on there. But now what I want to do is, we actually need to, I probably should, well, what I'll do is when we get done this, I need to actually go put some slurry down. And the pigs have plenty to give, so we're going to work on that after we run out of seeds here, our potatoes. Should get a few passes, and this, you know, we're moving pretty good. So I think we'll be, you know, on to the next phasing, which is going to be barley. So let's get in here, and remember, every time we drop it, it shuts off. There we go. And I was going to do this one because, you know what? Why not drive equipment yourself sometimes, especially with GPS? I do got the wheel here. Could probably utilize that too if I wanted to right now, but it's pretty quick turns. Always moving better than El Jefe. He's still being followed all the way down Route 7 in New England. Crazy. But I guess not everybody could follow you if you move that slow. Am I right, Zudis? And now, like I said, we get to the halfway point right here, or where the fields are originally split. It's going to turn back over to that texture. It's a very interesting texture. Hopefully it doesn't mean that only half my field is going to grow, but we'll see. But like I said, we're making pretty decent time on this one. I'm good with it. And I'm not good with the music selection that keeps coming up. Let's raise this. It'll shut off. We'll try not to get caught down in this drainage here. Back that up. I think it was last stream we were talking about it, the XM radio. I wish it was royalty free. I just think that'd be so much easier to just have music playing in the tractor. Then you don't have to worry about trying to search the internet for good royalty free. Thought I could find my old playlist. Didn't have as much time as I wanted this weekend to look for it, but I think it's on an old drive somewhere stored away. So we'll have to figure that out. Because I think you guys deserve some better music than what we've got playing. But YouTube seems to also be very touchy with any songs played. So you win some, or you lose some, you know? So we're hoping we'd be able to do all the odd rows before running out of seed, but I don't think that's going to happen because I think we got at least 2 more passes to do before we reach that stage. So definitely going to probably fill this up 3 times. This will be our only spud field. I'm going to run all that across the road, 3 fields, corn in every one of those. And then we'll probably do the field up by the grain silo and the one on the other side of the shed, probably soybeans, both of those. And then we will do some barley in our most northern field by the house. Yes, we are spud farming. You should do it. It's a nice little challenge. So we're gonna pull off a little bit here. We'll run down the side of the field. So it looks like I got a couple more passes I was gonna have to do either way. But while we're doing that, we need to get a worker going. So I'm gonna back this up, get this filling up with spuds and a mixture of seeds. Because why not? But like I said, all the money we made on dry corn, we have already spent that and then some on getting seed. So we'll back this up like so. That run, let's run over. Now we get a little upbeat music. Let's get in the old Peterbilt, huh? There we go. Get that out of the shed. And we gotta go fill up with some slurry. Some hog slurry, which by the way, we had a lot of hogs. So when we're filling this up, I'm gonna show you all how many hogs. I think we had 60? No, 80. We had 80 hogs last episode back in November. Is it now? You want to detect it? We have an issue. Houston, we have a problem. Why are we not filling up? There's definitely lots of slurry in this pen. Slightly worried. Yeah, 307,000 liters. Just in that one. Is this the one that requires me to be on a certain side? Man, we're just running into issues. Oh yeah. Definitely a little Franklin County vibes, huh? Which is funny because there's other people in here probably think Franklin County, like, was it Illinois is the big one? So, a little curious to why this is not filling up with slurry. Or, you know what our issue might be? This might be a top fed only. I think it is. So let's hop over. And we're going to have to do something else. And I'm hoping this works because we'll be in trouble if this does not work. I'm not sure why that tanker is not filling up. Either that, I recently added the wrong mod in here somewhere and messing things up. But this will be easier because we can actually fill this tanker completely up. And I guess, you know, instead of running the truck, I could run the Vertmax, which might be a solution as well. Could probably run both. set up with course play, so. But yeah, that's gonna be a problem if we can't pull our own slurry out of that. Yep, we got a problem. So that worked there, right? Everybody take note of that. That was gonna let me fill it, which was very touchy. I just ran right by. I gotta turn the speed down, I think. There we go. So for some reason, we just had to bring out the big tanker and scare the slurry system, and now we are rolling. So we'll get this fill right up. That was a weird little weight balance, but we're gonna get this set up, running the field next door. And actually, while we're doing that, let's get this guy filling the tanker, because then it's a quick refill over by the field, because we are gonna work over by the house. Hey, Waylon, I have a question for you. Is Sim your favorite farm sim YouTuber, content creator? I just want to know. Maybe we can boost Sim's ego a little bit here. Guy's gonna have 10,000 subs before we know it. We'll try this around. We're gonna cut through. We'll drive around all this. Probably should have went down the road. Oh well. That's what we get trying to do multiple things at once. Spooky Forest. That's the song we don't really need. There we go. So let's get this set up here, right? Let's say 12. It's unfolded. There we go. So this is the field we're going to plant barley in. I'm going to bring that down for a little bit of overlap. At least one headland. You know what, maybe we go two. Just want to keep him out of the woods, because I know what's going to happen. And set that off to the first waypoint. Only 13 minutes. That's not bad. Question is, how quick does he run through that? Now what we're going to do is, we're going to take this the actual way we're supposed to go. Now we're getting long thunderstorms. I just can't win on this royalty-free music. It's about to actually probably get shut off, because there was a few parts in the last video that definitely got hit. Oh, that deer just got mowed over. I think that's definitely going to be one of the big things we need to improve on is music. So up here should be the other road we need. Yet right here. Just gonna leave this up there as a quick option. Probably park it right in our meadow. I should be able to pull up this. As I say that, or might get stuck. Oh no. Come on. Come on. There we go. The next question is, how long do you think we'll make it before we have to refill that tanker? It's probably already at 50% knowing how bad that was out there. So we'll swing this out. And it always has a little stutter effect. So, that up like so. That should be good. And I just want to run back in here. 21%. Once he's kind of on this, I just know he's going to need us to refill in a second. So we're going to get ahead of the game here. We're going to refill now, top it off. We'll let him do some work. If these deer can get out of the way. Back up, right about there. Yeah, he's filling up. He's filling up. Let's run back over here. Let's get this guy set back up to finish off that run. Quite hazy out. The mist on the fields has gone up a little bit, but the skyline's still pretty hazy. We'll jump right in here. We don't have too much to finish. Like I said, by the time we get this going, we switch in rows. We'll finish up this end and we'll jump back over to the slurry spreader and see where they're at. Let's get lined up on the next one. Here we go. And we'll stop right here. And looks like they're all set. Actually, no, he was not. Doesn't show anything come out that spout. That's the only thing, but it's small. I mean, if we could put the spout down a little more, it would look like it. So there we go. They're full. Let's get them back out on the nearest waypoint where we had them and let them run. Here's some old country music. Probably more folk. And this one's good. So we'll let this run for a little bit. Get the other field in. Looks like we got 2 more passes on this side before we can start working back through. So I would definitely imagine we'll be filling this up one more time at least. But it actually is not that many seeds, the way it breaks it down to potatoes. While that's doing that, I want to see if we can find something a little more upbeat, because this is terrible. Corporate production music? No, we don't want that. Dance and rock? No. There's just nothing really to choose from. Let's go royalty free. Sends me right back to the album I was in. We don't want that one. Right back. It just keeps it. You know, it says it's got 34 songs, and I feel like we've ended up on the same 3 songs over and over and over. Amazon Music is letting me down. Just want to point that out. Run this. Like I said, we'll have to run up the edge of that field after, I think, but I'm alright with it. So what I'll actually probably do, because that side's a little bit longer, is we'll have to turn. Maybe I'll get that other row in. I'll have to break off a little bit. While that's running, let's see if we can do something here. There we go, a little cinematic music, I guess, is royalty free. We'll see. Says royalty free. Good luck, right? No, I definitely need to get a playlist set up again, like we used to do on the other streams, because this is tough. So I apologize for all those listening for this wild soundtrack. Hopefully it's not too loud and overshadowing everything either. But we are running. Be interested to see how this all turns out. It's gonna be pretty fun harvesting that. Now, on our multiplayer server, I did Spuds in this field too. Excuse me, with a different system. It's probably gonna fill that shed and then more. So I think we're already just gonna automatically move a lot of this into the hog confinement and keep the pig shed. We'll fill up the other one if we have to. So that's what I thought. So what I'm gonna do is back up, and we'll take care of that end after, and we're gonna start on the other rows. So let's get this going. Bruce, welcome. Evening here for me, so you must be out west? When I say evening, 7:30. So not bad. But how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. We're right now trying to work through a little bit of music issues. Seems all the royalty-free music is avoiding the actual songs and going right to the sound effects. So I think next time we're gonna have to work on a playlist for that. But yeah, we're planting Spuds. I haven't got an alert that we are out of slurry over there yet. I feel like they should have been going pretty fast by now, but maybe because they're in the center of the field, it's cranking around a little bit. But yeah, so I'll have that little hedge to clean up. But this is all because for some reason I cannot get that GPS to shift back onto the field when I started it on the other side. But now if we can burn through some rows, and what I might do actually, no, we'll just work towards the end of the field. We'll just zigzag back and forth the way we came down. Like I said, then we're gonna clean up the headlands as well. And we might have to actually fill up more than once. I also apologize if you guys can hear the wind out there. It is crazy up here in Maine right now. We did not get any snow where I am, but it is howling wind-wise. So, gotta take it as it goes. I'm ready for golf season to be here, but it looks like we're at least a month away from that, so gotta do what you gotta do. Worker still needs to be refilled. So what I'm gonna do right now, briefly, we're gonna stop here. Let's switch over and use engine. So he actually wasn't too far from being done. I'm impressed. Got these big honking tires on here. We get this filling up. By the time we come back to it, we should be full, and that's all it's really going to need. I probably didn't need to fill that tanker all the way up, but let's get that over that, and let's get back into farming. I always forget to shut it off too when I jump, but luckily with Farm Sim it doesn't over plant. Otherwise we've been throwing a stack of spuds in the ground right there. Still want to figure out why that soil is different over there. I conjoined the two fields, did the lime, redid everything. They should be on the same grade for the most part, especially with the way the loam are. It's loamy sand, but what are you to do? It could just be a weird texture thing. Just throws me off a little bit, but I don't think it's a Taheton thing. Could be a mod texture change. Who knows? Yeah, this planner is running nice. Like I said, I think this is from Joss TAG. Plays a lot with Random Sparks, Trailer Park Farms, and those guys. Pretty sure that's where I got the Sputnik pack. If you're looking for it, it is PC only. I do remember that both packs I have, they're both PC only. So apologies there. We're sitting at 283,000. Still got a lot of money to pay off. So we have well into the $1 million owed. Not fully sure what happened down here. These happened after the second time I saved the game. I noticed these appeared. And it's almost like those carried over from multiplayer somehow. Because originally I was trying to take the multiplayer save, transfer it over to myself, and go that way, but I think I messed it up. But, oh well. So that's, like I said, this is the part that goes into really low nitrogen level. And maybe that's what's triggering it, but it didn't really do that at the end either. That end of the field is still pretty square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this out of seed and spuds, and then we're going to go make sure that slurry tanker is ready to finish up the job over there for us. And it's really the only field. I mean, they probably could do the cornfields, but I'm probably going to do that after. So we should be running out right at the end. I mean, you could not have just planned that. I mean, that's not all the way to where I needed it, but that's within actually the working with of this too, though, now that I think about it. So let's get this back over there, refill it. Like I said, before this episode's over, I want to get barley planted where we're putting slurry. And again, I see the likes still coming in, viewers still hopping in. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please check out some of the content, and if you enjoy it, consider subscribing. And if you really enjoy it, go ahead and smash that like button. Apparently there's a new cool effect when you do it. I don't know if you guys see it during the stream or not, but when you hit the like button, I guess it does some wild things now. YouTube just released it. I haven't seen it yet. I've smashed a few likes here and there, but yeah, so we'll let that fill up. We'll head over. This truck is good to go. Like I said, we shouldn't need any more slurry, I don't think. I mean, they did a pretty solid job, but yeah. This will be barley. I'll work right through that, no problem. So I'll be able to do that. And I know I'm looking at it. I mean, part of me wants to do corn on field 1, 3, 4 corn, then do soybeans on 5, 6, 7 because of how low the nitrogen is there. Then do soybean on 56, 55, 52, then put more barley in here. But I think I am just going to run that. I probably shouldn't. I probably should put more barley, but I'm not. I'm going to do beans, okay? Because beans, when they sell, they can sell for a great price. That's what we're telling ourselves here. So we'll head over, get back to finishing this up. This will be the hardest part of the night, I think, getting the spuds in the ground. I mean, it moves at a decent speed. Then we need to pick out a seeder. I need to watch us not to hit this drain. We've already clunked it once. But we'll pull in here, and then we'll back up a little bit. There we go. Lower. Start her up. We're set on the GPS, and we are rolling. So, still a little epic music list going on here. A little bit better than what we were getting, though, instead of just the sound effects. But we are rolling. Actually, I need to turn the time up in game. We'll leave it at 1 for now, because we are doing 1 month, or 1 day months. Just for me, it's easier to slow it down, adjust the time if I need to, so on and so forth. So, not too worried about it. But yeah, anybody got any good plans for the spring? Are there any farmers in here? We had a few stop into the last stream. Where you are, I know, well, actually, was it out in the Midwest? Maybe some tillage was starting. How's that going? I know Minnesota, I think, just got more snow. I think Vermont's getting more snow. Although Vermont's in the Midwest, but I know a few farmers there that were starting to turn over the soil already. And maybe you're a farmer that does direct till. I know that's becoming a bigger thing. We actually kind of need to figure out how to. I'm trying on the Alma series, Chasing the Dream, trying to figure out a way. We have that new conversion mod, or sorry, conservation mod by I believe Farm Sim Tim. Need to start bringing that alive in the game a little bit, I think, on Alma. So that's probably going to be something we try. You know, add a little variety to it. There we go. The headlands we should be roughly within what we need to be. I think this is 10 meters, 9.8. Could be bigger actually, could be 11. It says 28.9 there, that's not the true working width. There's just something off with this, which I think is what was throwing our GPS off. But yeah, we might have to expand our root crop heller, or being some of it will be going towards the hogs. If we can't put enough in the barns, what I might do, because we don't really have kind of like a dump shed, cold storage kind of thing, other than that root crop at the end, which won't be able to hold all the spuds that'll probably come off this field now that I think about it. Especially if we have good yield. But we'll see when we get to it. I mean, now, or even a commodity shed, might be able to throw some down in there. Get a smaller one. Probably need 2 bays, but then we have it available. But we are getting through it. That is for sure. Couple more passes, and then we'll be able to do the headland. And there it is. Our slurry worker is done. I'm gonna let them stay over there for now. See if this guy gets squared up. There we go. But no, we may have to put down some on the cornfields, but what I'm gonna probably actually do is wait till the corn's planted and then put slurry down on it, because the hogs are gonna make a ton of it. But I would say we're what, 45 minutes into with a few hiccups. We've got this done, so I think we'll have enough time. I don't think actually that putting barley in will take that long. Actually, let's take a gander. Nothing for sale, by the way. We're gonna lease it anyway, so let's go cedars. What do we got? What do we got? Great Plains, always a good one. 9.1 meters. Yeah, we don't need the seed hawk. And I'm probably gonna run the Great Plains. I think that's a pretty I mean, that's, yeah, just the amount of money we'd pay to lease all that. That's the only problem. So we'll probably do the Great Plains because we only need it for that one field right now. And there we go. I'm pretty impressed with the amount of seed we're actually using. We'll take a look at Precision Farming Map after too. Get this going. Previous yield, yeah, they weren't that great on those fields. We'll work through it. So it's a standard seed rate across that. Pretty interesting. Then also explains why it's been pretty consistent. But 310's doing its job. I mean, we're working this thing pretty good so far this spring. And we used it quite a bit for lime last year, so this is going to be the workhorse. We've got some other ones I've been looking at, but I think I'm going to wait for equipment to go on sale because we just don't have the money. Because I know we're going to need that money when it comes to leasing for harvesting season and getting through that down period. You know, I could probably do some contracts too. We'll see. But I think mostly this is going to stay a live stream series for me. Currently, over the weekend I tried out Kansas 16X, the Nowhere, Kansas. That is some large flat land. The field size is pretty large, but it's technically wilderness, so there's wild wheat on it you start off with. And I'm finding out the plot of land I bought is 249 acres, and it is going to take a while even with a 18-meter header. So something we're gonna have to sort out. We are here now. I'm gonna shut GPS off because we really don't need that. Then we're gonna run down. So see, the side of that field doesn't get that same leafy texture, mossy, viney texture, I guess. I fully don't know what to call it, but no, we'll run down. We'll be able to run down the edge of that, come back around. We're gonna have to probably fill up on seeds again, from what I can see. But it is, it'd be nice to have this planted, because this is where it's gonna be the longest period of time planting, I think. I mean, those other fields, yes, they're larger, but at the same time, one of the planters we're going to have should go pretty quick. Because I think I'm going to lease out some big equipment for those. We'll use our Steiger to its fullest ability. Now, I thought I was on the 270 line, but I guess I wasn't. Because it looks like we're starting to go up the embankment a little bit, which we don't want to do with this. But this is a pretty cool planter. I'm liking it so far. I'm hoping we can get to the corner so I can fill this up to about 30% is all we'll probably need, if not more, less than that. Make it up. Should turn off when it reaches the top. So pretty cool that turns off, but I see why, because they're belt fed on the side. Excuse me. So we want to back up here because we want to make sure we're cleaning up this headland as best we can. There we go. And fire it up and run it. So very excited to see how this comes out. And actually we just got the authentic, right there, got the authentic planting rotation, or the textures. So I'm really confused as what's going on with some of these textures. You know, was I not supposed to put something down when I planted? Was I not? Like, so on and so forth. It just seems a little off. Because those are the textures I thought I was going to get. that we now seem to be getting. So if I get those textures over this, so I didn't. So I don't know. I'm a bit confused right now as to why I'm getting 3 different planting textures. Fire that back up, and we will go down this way and see if those happen to pop up again. But very interesting that I went crossway there and started getting different textures. We might not have to put more than 10% in here, as it looks like we are rolling right along. I mean, we don't have much of the field left. We're at 52 minutes in the stream already. So I knew this was going to take a little bit here to work this, but it needs to be done. And there we go. Let's pop this up. Gotta fill up here. Just enough to finish this field up. Back it right up to the seed bin. And probably more than I wanted to put in there, but oh well. Should be able to dump this off. So see, we started to get those textures right there. I don't know why it's different. I mean, maybe I did mess something up. I hope we didn't, because we're wasting a lot of time and money if we did. I see those textures are gone as soon as I put it down with Spuds in it again. Interesting. And then over here, it's going to go to this weird, viney, leafy texture. Which I fully don't... See, to me, like this right here, this texture looks like after you get done harvesting them, this is the texture I get. Which is why I'm slightly confused, even though it says Spuds are growing. So yeah, we're going to have to make sense of that. And I'm realizing now I probably should have did down this headland first, because that corner is really hard to clean up. I'm gonna see if it'll let me crank this around, and it does. So we want to try to clean this up as much as we can. Yes, we're going to miss that little spot right there, but I'm not going to drive back over what we've already planted. And horsepower. Maybe I should have put some weight on the front of this. Tires, I mean, tires are staying down, so I don't think it's so much the weight, but definitely seemed like it was struggling with a little bit of pull power there. So let's get this squared up a little bit now that we get up the hill. So I have a few open spots here and there, but there we go. Got the cross texture again. That looks like how Spuds are supposed to look. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually just swing this. And there we go. Let's back this up. I like quite the drop box behind this. We're here. Let's fold up the arms. And I'm hoping we can dump these back into the seeds. Again, hoping. We'll see though. But let's get this down. Let's get this changed out. We'll get our seeder dropped up to us from Great Plains, and we will get that filled with seed and probably get those 2 tankers back over to the farm. I'm going to leave them with stuff in it for now because we're going to need it after we plant corn next month. Like I said, we'll have soybeans as well. But everything should be planted next month. And then it's just kind of maintain the farm. Maybe spray some more fertilizer down, so on and so forth. All right, let's see if we can do this, and then we'll wash this up before it goes back. Essentially what happened is they'll probably drop off our Great Plains, and should be. Oh no. Is it really not going to let me unfill this? Well, but maybe there is something a little more with this. So that sucks. I do want to see one thing. If we unfold this, will it let me empty it? Because if you can't empty this, that is not good, and next time we might have to purchase this. What do you think? You guys think it's gonna let me do it? Well, that's the seed rate. We don't want that. Yeah, so it's not gonna let me do it. So we'll set that to fold up again, and we're gonna give it a spray down. And then we are going to send this back. It's slightly frustrating that you can't unload this. So I might have to go look in the XMLs on that. But we'll come over here. Said, I'm not going to send it back dirty. They're going to get it back with some spuds in it. But that's because you can't empty it. At this point, I guess I'm not too worried. There we go. Clean. Let's clean this up a little bit before we go plant. Or seed, I should say. I don't want to do anything too crazy with that, but there we go. So, wonder if they'll give me money though. So this guy come back. So let's get this back over the track like so. Get it down in that little boot. We'll get this back over to the farm. Like I said, we should be able to knock out planting this field pretty quick. It's not a big field. We got like a 9-meter seeder we're going to use. Big thing here is don't want to do what my friend, a legendary trucker, M Tank, has done going down a hill before and put this thing sideways. I don't think my driver is strong enough to stick his arm out and hold up the truck like the legend M Tank did. So we'll see, but like I said, we'll get these back at the farm. We're gonna need these after we plant corn. I just want to get the crop planted first, because the way precision works sometimes, it's better to actually do that than before it's at the growth stage or second growth stage. You just go in and bada boom, bada bang. I am going to put this technically under the shed for now. What I should have probably did was use that and tilled the ground a little bit for the corn. I mean, we could still technically run that in the cornfields. I just have to pull up the old Excel sheet and see what we should be running for that level of nitrogen. Because we're probably not going to put fertilizer, even though we could. We probably won't put fertilizer in the planter. So that one's good. Let's get this guy fired up. he is in the small corner. It's like even here, it's still not thick. You're looking at the nitrogen levels right now. They're still pretty low. We just smoked a crow, by the way. Don't think that's a fine in Taheton. Then Iowa is a state, but no, let's keep moving on. Also noticing my watermark is. Are you all seeing how big the watermark is? It covers up the entire speedometer. Well, there's a way for me to shrink that or adjust where that is. I think there is, but we'll stow this one away too. Like I said, we gotta make the changes. And actually, can I get right between this? Almost hit the rail. I should be able to drive right in there, like so. There we go. Shut that down. And now let's return the Spud, Nick 8312. If I wanted to, 53. It's gone down, but not much. So we return that. They gave me nothing for the remaining spuds that were in there, which is what I figured was going to happen. Because, yeah, that just makes sense, right? There it is. The Great Plains. 3S 3000. Yes, please. No fur. I'm going to... No, we don't have any fur at the farm. Didn't think that one through. So we're going to actually keep that. Lease it for 3,000. We're going to do no fertilizer. Wild decision, I know. But we're going to do no fertilizer on it because in the end, I'm probably going to have to go over everything again and spray it. If not, put down more slurry. So let's go get some seed. Top this off. We're going to put barley in just because that has a higher volume. Let's get these doors open. All right. So we're going to fill this up with nothing but seed. Hey, Waylon, thanks for stopping in. You have a good evening. I appreciate you watching the stream and supporting the channel. See you around in the Discords. And there we go. Seed full. Even though I don't have the fertilizer option set to these tanks, you still need to hit it twice. I really need to take time to figure out how all that finagles. Maybe it's just easier to do it that way instead of having it where when you select no fur, that you can only do it once. But we're an hour in. Well, look at all you still in here watching, liking the video. Again, I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I think actually subscribers only can chat. I think I have that still set on because we are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. I think before tonight it was at 340, 341, or 940, or 941. So the channel is growing still. We are getting closer. The views have picked right up lately. I can't thank you all enough for that. I know sometimes the mics are up and down. Do have some other content we're going to start trying to make. I'm going to see how the first couple episodes of it go. And I hope you all give me good feedback on whether it's good or bad. but I just need the feedback, and oh boy. So this is where I should probably be adding some gears to this tractor. I think the 310 definitely needs some gears. Once it gets over there, I mean, that's pretty steep, but at the same time, we should be pulling that, right? So we'll get set up over here. We're going to pull into our meadow, which we need to figure out future plans of that. Just this small meadow. I don't really know if it's worth us baling and all that stuff. Pull up here and drop that. There we go. Let's see how the seed rate is over here. Got 95 bushels in there. Pretty dusty over here, which is kind of funny because we just put slurry down on it this morning. Not even an hour ago, but it's dusty. Like I said, we'll have to go look at it. I don't have the precision farming stuff popping up in the bottom mini map, but probably also should have started in the center of this, but hey, I think it'll be a little easier to start making lines once we get in here. Man, we're in some epic royalty-free music right now. Quite theatrical. Who knew seeding in wheat, or sorry, seeding in barley would do such a thing? But yeah, we opened all this up. As you guys remember last episode, we had to plow it. But I went through and cleaned up a lot of these trees and gave ourselves a little more acreage to work. Really getting the value out of the land. Also will be easier when we let Courseplay do its thing, or even an AI worker. Which is all we really want, you know. Because when we really start get going, we're going to need multiple equipment running at once. The last thing I want to do is have to go back and forth because one got stuck on a tree or couldn't make a turn or couldn't find the track. Some ditches there. So that should help drain this field, which I would say it's already working because of how dusty this is. But as of right now, I don't think we're going to have to refill this. Going pretty well. I mean, we still got 90 bushels. I have a feeling when we get around, we might be at like 85 bushels. So, definitely pulling hard though. Unless I didn't turn up the work speed on this. I thought we had it to 10 miles per hour, but I could be wrong. Did anybody catch that? Because I think it could be. Looks like we missed a little bit of weeds over here. When we're doing our tilling. They should disappear with this. Yeah, there they go. Remember correctly, this is also not a direct till. Cedar. Try to get out of the trees here for you guys. But yeah, once we get this done, this should be all the tasks we have left for the month of March. But I keep forgetting to show you guys. Whoops. So I told you originally we were at 80 hogs in the fall last time we were live streaming in November. We blew right up. So there you see it. Bunch of porkers, sows, some more porkers. So we're gonna get the porkers up in a little, probably another month or two, right before our next litter of piglets is born. We'll probably sell them off and see what we can turn out of that. But we do have enhanced animal system on, so you get some that'll have 8, some that maybe even 10 now that I think about it. Yeah, they would have had to have at least 10, some of them, because I mean that grew by a lot of pigs. So this field up here looks pretty standard as well, from what I'm seeing. As far as seed rate, I'm seeing 2 beige dots. But we'll make another pass, and then we'll be able to work up and down inside what's left after that. And there we go. See, we're picking up speed there, so that was just lugging down on that little hill slope. That's what it seems like. It seems like the moment I start turning is the moment this starts losing its power. So maybe something on the 310 when I modded it, converted it over, I messed up. That'd be my guess on that one. But we weren't far off. 86 bushels when I said we got around, so I think I had it at 85. So not bad. We definitely won't need any more seed to finish this field, which will be nice because I'm hoping I can empty the seed in this one because our spud planter did not allow us to empty it. I was hoping that when I returned the lease they would have paid me a little differential, but they didn't, even though I washed it for them. But sometimes you gotta take a loss as a farmer, unfortunately. But I still want to know why I wasn't getting that normal spud texture you get when you plant spuds. And actually, it looks like our seed rate's really good here. It's down to 160. Which is pretty good in my book to be that low for a seed rate. We like it when we're saving money on seeds. Excuse me. We get this cranked around. Once we get to the end, we're just going to go straight up and down at that point. Finish this field up. I'm not sure yet tomorrow if we're going to try to live stream or not. We'll see. I would like to work on, like I said, the other series and kind of seeing what I can do with it. It's a little bit of a challenge to get going just because of the style of map. So I've been on the Nowhere Kansas 16X and purchased one field that I found out after was 249 acres, but you can't hire a worker for it, and if you're going to do course play, you got to set it up yourself by drawing it in or doing the field boundaries. So it's proven to be a little bit of a challenge to get going, and I'm hoping that first episode still gathers everybody's attention, because I think in the end what we can do with it, even though not as hilly and all the logging as Wilhelmina, I think the creativity of it and the community involvement could be great. So we'll see. It will be a hard task to tackle, but once we get through the beginning of it and get through that challenge, I think it can really become something. So we'll see. It'll be the largest map challenge I've ever done, but we're gonna try it. Let's see if I can pivot all the way around on this one. Yes, there we go. I think what we're gonna do here, now that we're here, is let's get that GPS going, right? So mine's there, and we're gonna go Alt E. Oh, that's not what we wanted. I don't want to set the cardinal, but honestly, I'm all for that right there. I can work within this angle. So I think that's what we're going to follow. Is that really? Yeah, that's 0 degrees anyways. So we'll work that up and down, and I think that'll be good. Free music again. Did we lose our royalty music? This keeps happening to us. Whoop. Overshot that gap. Let's back this up. Up, down. And let's go after it again. I want to make sure we're staying on that royalty-free music so we're not getting flagged. I think it's stupid because you see a lot of YouTube shorts and Instagram reels that use standard music and no flag. Even though I did have one short when I tried it, they did have a copyright, which shocked me. But it was for images. So make it make sense, YouTube. Make it make sense. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we'll run around. We're gonna run right up against here. Like so, and run up. Like I said, this won't take us too long. This should be good to go on seed. I'd be shocked if all of a sudden we ran into, you know, a redder area of seed usage. But so far it's been, you know, 220 and lower per cubic foot. I think is how that's set up on there. Yeah, I think it's cubic foot. So not bad. Got the deer popping out here. I might be able to even swing this one all the way around to just close up that end of the field. Or, you know what I'll probably actually do is I'll probably go this way. Put it back down and set it in motion. Should have set up sim dashboard. I'm just running out of desk space. It's the only problem when I stream, and I've got the joystick up here now. For the bucket operations and stuff like that. We were doing good with royalty music, and now all of a sudden it seems we hit another bump in the road. Well, we'll have this section pretty much done now. I think what I'm going to do is get in line here, run it up, and run it right back down the other side because we'll be able to spindle, and then I'll hit this middle section before we cut into that last bit over there. But I definitely think we're going to have a lot of seed left in this one. And hopefully, pretty sure this planter will be able to dump it from, so not too worried about it. Shouldn't hold us up. Shouldn't lose out on seed again like we did with the spud planter. Yeah, I'm still slightly bitter about that. And I think that, you know, the leasee should at least paid us, being we can't take it out. But what are you to do? Turn it around right there. Get that cedar down. Looks like we're gonna have one little snippet I'm gonna have to run back up and cover. Like I said, this will be barley, and I mean, we should get a fair amount of barley off this field. So, it won't be too bad. And yeah, like I said, I think we're going to do the rest soybeans, corn, because at least those will make us money on top of our hogs. We just have to make sure we have enough to feed the hogs, which I think, you know, between the potatoes, spuds, whatever you want to call them, and this field of barley, I'm hoping, keyword hoping, it'll be enough. But only time will tell. We can, trying to think. Yeah, we could buy some in town. I think there is a pig food near one of the co-ops. So that'll be an option for us. But it'll be nice having everything planned. Like I said, I think might grab some of the larger equipment, depending on what the lease costs are and what the money costs. I mean, this one was just $3,000 to lease, and it was to buy 70 grand almost. So it is challenges of the money. King Sim, welcome. How you doing tonight? How's your farm going? Well, you've been pretty active in the SimStations Discord. Get this lined up. I almost want to switch it the other way now. But this shouldn't take us too long. Get these dropped down. I'm doing pretty good. We got the spud planting out of the way early in the stream, so with that done, nothing can stop us now, right? Not until it's time to harvest the spuds. That we got some equipment to choose from that was in the Sputnik pack, and I did just confirm it's Joss the AG. So we'll have to put that to the test. Have to put it to the test when it comes time to harvest the spuds. The only other thing I wish I could figure out, King Sim, which I think that's going to be a must before the next stream. A little bit tired, by the way. Is getting an actual music playlist set up that is royalty free. So I use Epidemic Sound, and we're gonna definitely go pull some tunes from there to keep things rolling a little bit smoother. Well, there we go. We are getting closer. So I appreciate that, Sam. We are getting closer. It's good to see that. It seems to fluctuate, which I think is more due to bots that have been, overloading YouTube, but we have been staying around that 935, 940. So I'd say we got a pretty consistent amount around there. But yeah, I'm excited to see it hit 1,000. And that's the reason I have the, subscribe to chat kind of thing on right now. It's not to scare people away. It's just if you enjoy the content, it's a little extra reminded right now. We're making a push for the 1,000 subs, and hopefully that helps. But we'll see. I'm hoping to clean up some of the content. I feel like lately I've been trying to rush it a little too much at times. Just been really busy. Haven't really found those windows of opportunity like I used to be able to put into it, so But it's good that we're able to get some live streams back. Yeah, that's been the one thing I've noticed. You know, a few people have said in a couple of Discords I'm in, they're glad to see live streams back. And I would say the amount of views that we got, not during necessarily, which don't get me wrong, we had quite a few views last time and likes and that, but the follow up, you know, 3-4 days later, people were still watching the live stream again, the replay of it. So, very grateful for that. You get turned around, you got a few stripes left, and I don't even think I mean, we could hit 50% left in it, but I don't see us getting below 50 bushels. I think what we're gonna do is let's see if this. There we go. We're gonna finish it up this way. A little glossy in here, a little dirty. I'm not gonna pretend to be an elite modder because I am far from it. But I was glad to get this converted over because I love versatile. Whoop. A little off track there. That's because I hit the wrong button. And you know why? Because let's hop out of here. Realize what I did there. I hit the wrong part of the GPS command. Amateur mistake. Alright, should be good to go now. Take a gander. There we go. Probably forgot a little bit on that end, but we got one more pass to do and we will be done this field. This music's cracking me up. You know, you tell it to stay on a certain genre or certain flow, and it just does whatever it wants to do. We gotta go right over here. I wanna make sure that stayed down. Yep. We're pretty good. I mean, pretty good timing. We're coming up on an hour and a half, and I'm pretty happy with what we've got done in this episode. I figured the spud planting was going to take a lot longer than what it did. Forgot I had that planter in the Spudnik pack, again from Josty Ag. Great little job there. So let's kill that. Let's pull this up. Shut it off. Let's make sure we get this folded up. I'll bring this back to the yard, clean it up, and then we will return it. Hopefully be able to empty out the seed in here because we got 61 bushels. Which we want to preferably keep that. And that's a solid day's work. We got plenty of pig food still. Which that was part of my heavy expense in the beginning because that we purchased a lot of that in the last summer when we started off and I bought the hogs. I just said, you know what? Let's just go after it. Let's fill it up. That's what we did. And now the hogs are multiplying like crazy. We'll head out this way so we don't keep driving over stuff. Sure enough. I've never seen a car down here, but this would be my luck. One time we hit something. But we'll bring this back up to the farm, get it washed off. Mirrors are looking... Yeah, mirrors, I guess, are fine. That one looks a little off. The glass itself is just out of spec. Oh well. But yeah, thank you all for watching. And the ones that are still here, appreciate it. Dropping the likes, subscribers, it does help. We got some pretty ballads going on. This hill lately always seems to be a fight. So one of the things I think I need to learn to do is, like I said, get this switched over to a manual transmission. Find that lower gear to pull us up the hill. A little easier than this. But we're going to see, first and foremost, if we can get this emptied before we wash and return it. Because we won't need it soybeans. I think I'll be able to use the same planner for both soybeans and corn. I think there was one that we had in the mod folder. So, there you go. Boom. Empty. Jump out for a second. See, that's the way it should be. I don't know what this sound is, though. So bring this back over. We'll get this tended and cleaned. Both pieces, and we will make a phone call for the dealership that we leased it from to come get it. Didn't burn through too much fuel this time. It's kind of nice. Spray it down, even though it's pretty clean looking. I guess never mind. A little grime there. A little grime. Okay. Seems to be as far as I can go with a hose. So we get that. It's almost out of there. But get it all nice and clean so they don't complain or charge us more next time. Light caps are off right there. I just noticed that. Looks like a shattered light. There we go. She is good to go. Cleaned up. Drop that. Go park this back over. By the 6. We go. Do I do this without hitting? I'm always like depth perception off when I'm backing up these tractors. Well, park it by the 620. Shut it down. And that is going to be, actually, let's return that. Nothing's still on sale, by the way. Turn, thank you, thank you. But if we come over here, let's run over real quick, take a look at the hogs. I may move some of the males actually over here. This one's empty. We'll put some food in it if we need to. There it is. So 866 hogs in there right now. We got 663 liters of food, which is all pig food, protein for them. They're in good health. Excuse me. Let's go through the office. Always try to go through that side and feel like you always get stuck. Nice little Elm Creek layout there. One of these was the fence. That's what it was. So without the fences up, they get run free, which we're gonna let them do for a little bit, and we'll put the gates back up and stuff. But it looks like they're growing pretty fast. I don't see any piglets. That is wild how quick they grew up. Actually, let's make sure. Water, good to go. But yeah, this should be good, and hopefully it's gonna pay off in the end running this many hogs. and not over the top. I'll put the fence back on. I just want to see it doesn't block the door. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, can't get out. We don't want that. I did not drive the truck over today. Truck is back at the house, which means I have a long walk to get back. But thank you all for watching. We're gonna call it quits here, I think, for the day. March is complete in my book. I don't think there's anything else we need to worry about. Next time we go live, which I said could be tomorrow night, but I don't know yet, is I want to get one other project I've been working on done. And tomorrow night's kind of the night to pull that off. So, may not be live tomorrow night, but my goal is to try to give you at least one live stream a week now. And go from there. So thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoy any of the content, smash the like button. And until next time, Farmer Taz out. I should be able to jump in the vehicle like that. So there we go. But I'm going to run to the grocery store. In game, that is. But take care and wish you all a good night.